Kalalal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Brakate Yahweh, Brakate Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at a great milestone. A blessed sanitation to the Akiams worldwide, teaching the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. This is Brother Yahweh. You come down listen to edify the Baya Dawada, the 144,000 and the 1/3 men, women, and children. Israelites that scatter among these heathens. You look like these heathens, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American. You are God's chosen people, right? This article, so like it's from the RT News, right? And you see the Mosai say he can make Esau bear, right? And this is us showing how these nations, and even people of their own nation, seeing the wickedness and highlighting it, right? It's crocodile tears. Hillary Clinton tweet, that sickening horror in Syria is one man's fault, and get reminded of our deeds, right? You understand? Right? It's Hillary Clinton has retweeted a post by NBC correspondents about atrocity unleashed by Turks incursion in Syria. Right? So America should be the last to talk about incursion, right? In Syria. They should be the last because they inside there uninvited. They invade Syria uninvited. What about Afghanistan? What about Iraq? What about Somalia? You understand? They should be the last to speak about incursion. Right? Let me get a precept. Right? This this General Wesley Clark, he said America, how they think, they say they have a good military and they can take down government, right? And they're taking down government for their own greedy gain, right? And he said, they have a hammer, and every problem look like a nail. And this is the mindset of these Edomites, You understand? This is the mindset, right? So you're talking about an incursion, you understand? Right? You never should be the last to speak about that. Because you invading every way. You going into place uninvited, but justifying your invasion by spreading your propaganda, talking about terrorists, Al-Qaeda, weapon of mass destruction, when usually one funding them. You understand? So the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai making this devil bear. You understand? This is Psalms 58 verse 1. Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart do ye work wickedness. He weighed the violence of your hand in the earth. So yeah, you devil should be the last to talk about an incursion, right? Which is an invasion or an attack, aggressive attack or an invasion, right? And this is with this man Richard Engel from the NBC tweet, right? So Hillary Clinton retweeted a post, right, by an NBC correspondent about atrocity unleashed by the Turks incursion in Syria, hinting that it is all President Donald Trump's fault. Tweeted, he said Twitter sent her down memory lane, right? He said this sickening horror is one man's fault. She tweeted on Saturday night, commenting on a tweet by NBC Richard England, who said U.S. military officials are concerned that the Turks' offensive opened the door to both ethnic cleansing of Kurds and the return of ISIS, Al-Qaeda, because the Syrians, no Salakia, the Turkish, they see the Kurds as a terrorist group. Just like how you Americans, you Edomites, you see Al-Qaeda, ISIS as a terrorist group, and you going in to fight terrorists when you're the one that funding them. So the Turks see the Kurdish or the Kurds as a terrorist group, right? So some commentators were not impressed by the crocodile tears and fox outrage, mean fake outrage, reminding the former Secretary of State of her own role in destabilizing the Middle East. You understand? Reminds you of the own role by stabilizing the Middle East, right? So lucky, let me get another precept there. Right? So the Lord making these devil beard. How are the things of Esau search out? Right? Let me get this here. So lucky. This is let's see. Right. See, everything is playing out to these nations, and also the Edomites speaking against Edomites. You understand? Alright, this is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 3. Just straight to the point. Starts from verse 4. He said, because of the multitude of the whoredom of the well-favored harlot, which is America, the mysteries of witchcraft that selleth nation through her whoredom and family through her witchcraft, behold, I am against thee, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, and I will discover thy skirt upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And this is what the Lord doing. You understand? So like this is what the Lord doing. You understand? This is why you can see these kind of tweet. You understand? From individual, right? This it's so this individual say he said, nah, this entire horror in Syria would not even be happening had it not been for you, Obama, Borna, and McLean, aiming, funding, training, and empowering Al-Qaeda and ISIS terrorists in the fantastical push to overthrow illegitimate Syrian government. You understand? Spare us the crocodile tear. You understand? So, the most I say, Salakia, the most I say, you're going to show the nation your shame. You're going to lift up your skirt, right? So you can see all your wounds, your sore. You understand? That's what the most I do it. Right? Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. He said, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up? Yeah, what's the hidden things? They planned out to do to destabilize the Syrian to destabilize the Middle East, to petition countries because they have a strong military that could take down government. These are the things that search up another wicked invention. The Mosai revealing. As the scripture say in Luke 8 and 17, right? Luke chapter 8, so like Luke chapter 8 verse 17 said, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." So the Most High making them bear, you understand? Nation seeing the shame, right? So the Most High say he make Esau beard. Obadiah 1 and 6, he said, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are the hidden things sought up?" You understand? Right? And this is what we're seeing right now. The Most High revealing the secret, the dark secret, how they're going in this place. And as I say in Habakkuk 2, they gather all nation of people to themselves, right? Because they have an appetite like hell. They're not satisfied, right? They're not satisfied. And they're always using the propaganda machine to spread the lies, to justify themselves to go into this country. They wasn't even invited in Syria. Russia was invited, Turkey was invited, Iran was invited, to help to fight these terrorist groups where America fund. Right? You understand? So this person say the former Secretary of State under Barack Obama responsible for the gruesome death of Muammar al-Gaddafi in Libya, for the death of 4 great men in Benghazi. Hell, we can go on all the way back to Waco, which ended in the death of 76 civilians. Save me the flock outrage, right? It was during Clinton Turner as Secretary of the State that the U.S. lead NATO campaign against Libya, leading Muammar Gaddafi on the side of the ground, seeking to overthrow him. Libya was plunged into chaos with faction in Tripoli and Benghazi fighting each other, and Islamic State, formerly ISIS, found fertile ground in the country. Clinton was left open to widespread criticism over her handling in the September 11 attack on the consulate of Benghazi, which saw the murder of 4 Americans, included U.S. Ambassador to Libya, Christopher Stevens. She also advocates for training and equipping modern Syrian rebels to overthrow Bashar Assad. The arms supply to moderate military group in the country ended up with ISIS, right? So, people, the Lord revealing the wickedness, right? The Lord revealing the wickedness, you understand? So they can't hide again. Esau can't hide himself again, right? You understand? The Lord revealing him, right? Jeremiah 49 and 10, he said, "But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret place, and he shall not be able to hide himself." So you can't hide yourself again. You understand? Because this devil not wise. This devil keep using the same tactic over and over. The same storyline over and over. We gotta fight ISIS. We gotta fight ISIS. You understand? We gotta fight Al-Qaeda. When you's the one who funding them. You understand? When you's the one going into this country, petition this country because of what? Greed. You understand? Because of greed. Right? This is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 4. Thou shalt take up this parable against the king of Babylon, and say, how as the oppressing seized the golden city, sees the Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. He said, he who smote the people in wrath, you Edomites, he who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nation in anger is prosecuted and none hinder. So you are ruling nation in anger. You understand? You went into Iraq talking about, weapon of mass destruction, which was a lie. Right? Because Saddam Hussein would sell the oil in dollars, y'all take the personal, you understand? Talking about having terrorists in Afghanistan, right? You're going to take what, to steal the resources and have control over the resources, you understand? Same thing trying to do in Syria to overthrow the government and set up the puppet government so you could have have control over the resources, right? So all these things the Most High revealing, how you devil is move, you understand? So you rule the nation in anger. You're not, at the same time, you wear your violence of your hand in the earth, and you didn't judge upright, right? So what the Lord doing? The Lord revealing all your wickedness. You understand? All your wickedness, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai revealing, right? I read one more this paragraph, one more precept and close off, right? It said that Trump has been bashed by both Democrat and Republican for what they call a betrayal of Kurdish allies after Turks started an operation in northern Syria against the Kurds, who Ankara considered terrorists. Turk insists that it wants to create a safe zone for the return of refugees. You understand? Right? So let me get one more close out this lesson. So, the Most High, destroying you Edomites. You understand? The Most High gonna show the nation in wickedness. All your transgression against these nations, and also to the Lord heritage, which is the so-called blacks, Latins, and Native American. Right? So let me just close off for this one. This is let me see. All right, this is all right, this is Jeremiah. Get this in Jeremiah. I think it's Jeremiah 51. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 51, verse 13. He said, O thou that dwellest upon many water. Salakia. Right, Jeremiah 51, verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many water, abundant in treasure, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. So thy end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness. And to tell you the book of Sirach, that a matter of fact, let me get down close after this one, right? So thy end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness, right? This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, right? Verse all right, let me get this here quick. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 8, he said, because of unrighteous dealing, injury and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, and that's what gonna happen. You understand? Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai take you devils down and set up a righteous ruler, which is Yahushai, right? and the Israelites, right? So the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You understand? This is what about to happen, and this is what we see happening on the planet Earth. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. Right? 2 Ezra 6. Alright, so with that, this lesson was edifying. I want to give our praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at Great Millstone, and a blessed salutation to the Akims worldwide, who teaching the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom to the Lord's elect.